Divine Mercy Prime. This evening, a busy day for the local ordinary for Boya, His Lordship Michael Bibi, as he welcomed at his small support residence executive members of the Diocesan Catholic Men Association, that's the CMA, who came to give their continuous support and encouragement to the bishop. Indeed, other groups visited the prelate this day. We'll find out more in this news edition. Also, Catholic primary school teachers of the Boya Deanery here in the Diocese of Boya engaged a one-day recollection for spiritual renewal. This happened today at the Immaculate Conception Parish in Great Support. Plus, coming up, the Moki Garage Bridge at Great Support will soon be put to use. That bridge has taken so many months for its construction, and it is greatly going to curb traffic at the OIC market. These revelations made by the town mayor of Boya, David Mafani Namange. Hello there, good evening, dear viewers. You are welcome to our Primetime News, the last edition for this working week, with me, Jude Mbaku Munyo, in Boya. Those were the top stories. Stay now, because in a short while, we are going to bring to you the full newscast. You're welcome back to join us. We begin our news here in the Diocese of Boya and with the local ordinary, where executive members of the Catholic Men Association CMA of the diocese have thanked the bishop and pledged their continuous collaboration and support to his works in the diocese. They made a courtesy visit to the prelate's residence that's at Small Support today, Friday the 28th of March 2025. From our newsroom is Aloysius Like, who was there earlier today and did this report.
Executive members of the Catholic Men Association Diocese of Boya, led by their president, Mr. Nga Eric, visits the Bishop of Boya, Bishop Michael Bibi, 1 month after his accident en route to the ordination of a brother bishop. The members, amongst other things, discussed the activities of the association and upcoming events while thanking the bishop for his close support and collaboration. Mr. Nga Eric says the session with the chief shepherd was engaging and they will continue to pray and support the bishop.
Visit of today is a routine visit which we usually come at the start of the year, at least to receive episcopal blessings and to also have directives from the bishop on how to carry out our activities throughout the year. We are coming this late actually, that I think so far we have presented our worries, and we have also received advice from the bishop of today for today's activities. We are coming to in where we have had a very sad situation where we have equally sympathized with the bishop, because first of all, one of the challenges he had during the road of Yokaduma, the accident he had, and the loss of Reverend Father Nicholas Happy, I think it is something that has touched us very much, and we think that it is necessary for us to come and sympathize with the bishop. This visit also has come to thank the bishop. We have come to give thanks to the bishop for his support and collaboration that he has been giving to the Catholic Men Association.
The CMA members, after communion with their father, says it was a day well spent and appreciates the bishop for all his support.
The visit today with the bishop was a timely one, because it was a positive meeting with him. We, as the president earlier said, the intention was to collaborate with him, to appreciate him, but it went further to also sympathize with him. So we feel that it was a positive.
Very, very happy that the bishop recognizes our participation in the church. The bishop did congratulate us for the National Secretariat, which we did use for the triple event of celebration of the 75th anniversary, the dedication of some of our members, and the celebration of St. Joseph's Feast Day. He told us that he was very, very happy and urged us to continue in the same line.
The fathers of the church, just like the mothers and other apostolic and action groups of the church, keep taking turns to check on, pray with and share ideas with the chief shepherd for the good of the Diocese of Buea.
Now, not just the CMA, we had also other groups that visited the bishop this day. Priests of the 2019 batch of from St. Thomas Aquinas Major Seminary in Bambwe, Parish Council executive members of St. Jude Parish, Mile 14 in Dibanda. We also have the PTA members of Christ the King College in Chico, amongst other groups that paid courtesy visits to His Lordship Michael Bibi this day at the small support residence. They had come to show concern towards the loss of Reverend Father Nicholas Happy towards the bishop, and also salute him and pray with him for the accident he had on road Yokaduma. Let's once more meet Aloysius Leke, who captured these other groups that visited the bishop today.
Priests of the 2019 batch have paid a courtesy visit to their father, the Bishop of Buea, Bishop Michael Bibi, to salute the bishop after his accident that occurred a month ago, and also to enlighten the bishop on their upcoming provincial class meeting that is to take place come May 2025 here in Buea. The priest had a fruitful session with the bishop as the class president, Father Elvis Tambe, tells us.
Our class today, the class of 2019, came to see the bishop for two reasons. The first reason we came to see the bishop is that we, the class of 2019, will be receiving the other brothers from the province, that is from Kumbu, Bamenda, Manfe, Kumba, and Buea. We will be meeting for our class meeting from the 7th to the 9th of May 2025. So we deemed it necessary to come and see the bishop and update him on the program. And the second thing we came was to greet him after the incident of the accident. Today makes exactly 1 month after the accident, so for us it was very, very significant that we come here to greet him for that.
Father Desmond Asangacha says the encounter with the bishop as a class and as priest of the Diocese of Buea was a warm moment between brothers and their father.
When we met the bishop with what we came to meet him for, he was very calm and also very fatherly in his approach. And I believe that we are living here. You can see we are satisfied and we are happy because our hearts were heavy. But with his fatherly touch and approach, we think we have been energized to go back and fulfill our task that we had to fulfill as priests of this class and this batch. So we thank him very much for being that father to us, and we thank him for being a brother, most especially. He always used the term brother. So we thank him for being a brother to us.
Meanwhile, parishioners from St. Jude Parish, Mile 14, Dibanda, paid a visit to the bishop to first condole with him over the loss of his priest, Reverend Father Happy Nicholas, and also to discuss on a number of important issues concerning the parish. Mr. Tilbert G is the chairperson of the St. Jude Mile 14, Dibanda.
Came here to see the bishop on a couple of issues concerning the parish. First, on his pastoral visitation this year to the parish, which is slated in April, in 2 weeks' time, and to also see him on the ongoing projects within the parish. And we also came to visit him and request for a date for fundraising to complete the purchase or the payment for the land beside the church in Dibanda. But we also discussed about the structure of the nursery and primary school at the parish, which has given us quite some advice on all of that.
Also today at the Bishop's House, in the same light, executive members of the Parents Teacher Association PTA of Christ the King College Tico presented themselves to the Bishop of Buea and discussed on some ongoing projects of the college. The PTA chair says they are leaving fulfilled with the deliberations.
We came to greet the bishop after we learned he had an accident. It was important that we at least visit him and then equally present ourselves because he had not met us before. We equally were able to outline to him some of the projects we have been able to realize at CKC. We have been able to place funds in all the classrooms, which was not there before. And we have equally permitted the administration, the sister and her administration to be able to communicate by implementing an intercom system for internal calls, so they could actually call each other from whatever point. So I think this visit was really important to us because we have never met the bishop before. This is our first time of meeting him in person.
In all, it was a busy day at the Bishop's house, Mosopo, as he sits through meetings, listening, praying, thanking, and guiding all who came to see him.
A busy day indeed. Thank you, Aloysius Deke, for capturing those moments of the Bishop's activities for today. Now, talking about the demise of one of Boya's priest of the Presbyterian of Boya, that's Reverend Father Nicholas Happy, that happened yesterday in the morning. We have close collaborators of the late priest who have been able to share their fun moments with us working with the father, and equally tell us that his demise is going to create a void in their lives. These are persons who worked with him at Our Lady of Grace Shrine in Mevio, Sase. Let's have now Matilda Bison, who visited that structure today, the last place where Father Nicholas worked before his demise, and then she brought back this report.
The Our Lady of Grace Shrine Mevio is the last place of work of late Father Nicholas Happy. This March 28, 2025 at 1 p.m., this reporter visited the shrine, this time without Father Nicholas Happy to welcome the team. The environment of prayer was quiet, silent, and deserted, with no pilgrim at the time. Mr. Wilbur Terence is one of the security guards at the shrine. At first approach, he was reluctant to talk as he said he couldn't bear the loss. After much consolation from the team that visited the shrine, he was courageous to share his experience with the late priest while alive.
When I don't go there, he come from the neighboring village. Where now in New he come take anything from my house. Even small banana or anything from my house. You call me, I'm a chicken, all in a prison, and the life of the police. How you? They come and say, my son, picking them now, need water for house. And you see, they come now, and they will come. When they come, you see, they continue, they will come now, so they put water, because water will be here all time when machine over the day from me. I give last only place so people come out. They will come and say, Terence, are they fair? So, and the beach, they say, I'm going out.
Yet another security guard, William Abua, recounts how the late priest will advise him and care for him like a son. According to him, Father Nicholas would rather correct with love than scold.
That you don't take me like he picking. Now you teach me now for all things. Teach me branding for work. Say na so if you do, na so if you do, na so if you do. Now you were the follow, so now me now I did now, so as you don't sleep for bed, I be sorry for you over. Always say man picking tear to go only for belly. If you she don't, so you don't see me, oh, no go find for you. So I did now picking say anything they give me, they call me, they give me money. So take the money, you will make tea for picking them for us. So now you will be I be sorry for you. How we don't go leave me for back. They only teach na you. So may you be so. You know, get me the mind for big man. No. They only follow you. Say may you work as so. May you work as where you work as on a fine road. You work as on a bad road. So let you go. She don't rest for the place where it go.
The memories of late Father Nicholas Happy will continue to linger in the hearts of many. The most Christians can do now is to continue to pray for his soul to find rest in the peace of Christ.
And indeed, may his soul continue to find peace and rest. Father Nicholas Happy died yesterday He died after having been diagnosed of an advanced cancer. All right, the funeral arrangements will be communicated later according to a communique from the Chancellery of the Diocese of Buea. Now let's talk something else. We take you to talk the 75th anniversary celebration of the Diocese of Buea. The Dean of the Buea Deanery, Reverend Father Stephen Norum, has assured the Christian population of the deanery that all preparations are already at peak for tomorrow's event. It should be recorded that the event is scheduled to take place tomorrow, Saturday, the 29th of March, 2025, and at the level of Buea Deanery, it will be celebrated at the Regional Pacis Cathedral in Simosopo, with the Mass that starts at 9 a.m. to be officiated by the Bishop of Buea, His Lordship Michael Bibi. Ahead of this event, Nadesh Nechongme captured pre-preparation images for our newscast tonight. Details.
As Christians in the Diocese of Buea prepares to celebrate a significant milestone, the 75th anniversary of the Diocese of Buea on May 7, 2025, the Buea Deanery, a constituent of the diocese, is making exciting preparations to actively contribute to this momentous event. Speaking to the Dean of the Buea Deanery, Reverend Father Stephen Norum, he assured that everything is in place for a grand celebration within his deanery.
This anniversary march makes all the parishes today, 27th Thursday, 27th March. All the parishes will leave their parishes and gather here in St. Anthony of Padua Parish, Buea Town. And in gathering here, we will all march with Roman flag, with a banner, and will come into the church. They will do exposition of the Blessed Sacrament. After adoration, we do the benediction. After benediction, at the end of the benediction, we will now say the prayer of 75th anniversary prayer. In 28th of March, we have two twin activities, which is sport activity and cultural activity, whereby the youth will do the competition from all the parishes with sacred, and there will be football match between CMA and CWA. CMA from 40 years and above. And there will be talk of war between the men and women of CFM. This will come at the end, and then at the end of that, we'll have competition from all the parishes will present a cultural dance. After that, the best will be selected to represent on the D-Day, which is on 29th, Saturday.
A rosary procession was carried out from the 6 parishes, culminating in a special adoration and the recitation of the 75th anniversary prayer at St. Anthony of Padua Parish. These activities were aimed at strengthening the sense of unity and fostering deeper engagement among the faithful.
This today is to create awareness. It's very, very important, and you can see that they were all prepared. It's very, very important. It prepared them, like, you know, when you want to do something, you exercise yourself to prepare and get yourself ready for that. That's exactly what we did today. The cultural again today will be social-political, social part of it. Let me put it in that way. The social part of it comes tomorrow, where all of us will sit and look and relate our culture and also examine it once again.
Mami Margaret Kaba, member of the Buea Deanery, shared her excitement for the upcoming event, expressing that the celebration promises to be a joyful and unifying occasion for all the faithful in the deanery.
Here today, we are very, very happy to start this occasion, to really give it the kickoff. So Buea Anthony is happy to receive you all, and we are also preparing seriously for the occasion to celebrate our 75th anniversary of the diocese. And so we know the Lord Bishop is working very hard. We are also working hard to make it look successful, to make it be successful for every other person who is coming from out of Cameroon or in Cameroon.
To ensure that this celebration leaves a lasting impact, Reverend Father Stephen Norum encouraged the Christians of the deanery to embrace their roles as agents of evangelization while keeping the central theme of the celebration in mind.
The message I have for them is that all of us will join the bishop in building the diocese, because him alone cannot do it with our support and our prayers. And I believe that our Buea diocese will keep on sharing that good news, proclaiming that good news, and sharing that light that we are all called to do.
The grand celebration is set to take place on Saturday, March 29, 2025 at the Regina Pacis Cathedral in Small Sopo, Boya, with a holy mass officiated by His Lordship Michael Bibi.
Now, Catholic school teachers of Boya Deanery have been encouraged to live exemplary lives by upholding the virtues of humility and perseverance. The call was made by the parish priest of Immaculate Conception Parish, Great Support, Reverend Father Barrister Emil Tanka, during an annual recollection of the Boya Deanery primary school teachers that took place today. Let's meet Magdalene Wondo with details in this report.
Dressed in their beautiful attires, teachers from Catholic primary schools in Boya Deanery came together for their annual recollection in the season of Lent as a way of reflecting on their being as Catholic teachers. Forfi Valerie, superintendent of Boya Deanery, explained the need of a recollection for teachers of Catholic primary schools.
It was so timely because he had to talk to us about punctuality, about our lesson notes, about how you interact with your subordinates, you the head teacher, you the superintendent, or even you the class teacher, because the classroom is your office and your subordinates are the learners down there. Even the kids in the nursery, they attend to you, they listen to you, and you are a public figure too in the society. So we are teachers, Catholic teachers for that matter, and in the society, we want to try to distinguish ourselves from the ordinary teacher out there. That is why we see the need for this recollection that came so timely. We are very, very appreciative to Father, and you can see from the environment how calm it is. That is why I decided to choose this place, because we needed a quiet moment to reflect on ourselves.
A reflection on theme, Who Do People Say I Am? From the Gospel according to Mark chapter 8 verses 27 to 29 was given by Reverend Father Emil Tanka of Immaculate Conception Parish, Great Support, aimed at making the teachers aware of their image before the pupils, parents and God.
Many of them were Catholics, but they don't go to church. In that way, they also discourage their children, their unborn children in their homes, and even the pupils they are teaching in school. And I also encourage them about they must live an exemplary life, and the way in which they talk to the parents. They must also understand that in law, the customers are always given a privileged place. You know, the customers, there's always the right of the customers. The customer right must always be protected. So in that way, wherever the parents come, even if the parents are wrong, they have to listen to the parents.
The one-day recollection had several spiritual activities like Stations of the Cross, Rosary Prayer, Penance, and Holy Mass to culminate the end of the recollection. Some teachers who took part in this spiritual exercise left spirit-filled and with a greater perception of implementing humility and perseverance in the teaching-learning process.
Take-home message for us today is humility and perseverance. Those are the 3 points I'm taking home from the talk Father gave us. And as Catholic teacher, we will try and implement this throughout our life as teachers.
Going back to our respective schools, we are going to change. Yeah, those negative aspects that we are believing, we are going to put them down so that at the end of the Lenten season, during the course of the resurrection, when Jesus is rising, we will equally rise with him.
At the end of the recollection, the primary school teachers in the deanery of Boya were encouraged to be exemplary teachers as Jesus was to his disciples and uphold the Catholic faith in their various classrooms.
Now, we're taking now to the Archdiocese of Bamenda, where the Archbishop of Bamenda has enjoined women in the Archdiocese and beyond to be optimistic and remain an inspiration to others. Archbishop Anjo Nkeafwanya made the call March 26, 2025 during the 4th edition of the Day of the Women with the Archbishop. That was also during a pontifical mass that ignited this year's commemorative activities, bringing together women from all other denominations around Bamenda town, some institutions, and various walks of life. Let us now meet Odette Chanje, who is in the Northwest Regional Headquarters, Bamenda. She serves us this report.
The one-day annual event was an opportunity for women in the diocese to promote love, unity, and sisterhood amongst themselves. Commemorated with the theme, Women Agents of a World of Human Fraternity and Contemplators of the Beauty of Creation and Care for Our Common Home. Hundreds of women converged at the St. Joseph's premises in a pontifical mass presided at by the Archbishop of Bamenda Diocese, His Grace Andrew Fwanya-Nkeya. Addressing the over 5,000 women from different denominations and cultural groups, Archbishop Andrew Nkeya enjoined them never to lose hope in the face of challenges. Focusing on the Jubilee Year of Hope declared by the Holy Father Pope Francis, the Chief Shepherd called on the women to look at the past with gratitude, the present with love, and the future with hope. Women, the prelate continued, have a unique role in the family and society at large. They bring hope to the downtrodden, battered, widowed, and single mothers. He referred to them as the hope of the future of the church and religion, economic backbone of their families and society, and source of empowerment to other women. Against this background, the prelate called on the women to be inspirers of hope to all and sundry, especially during this Jubilee Year of Hope, for hope never disappoints.
Gatherings like this show that the women are the ones who bring hope to our society, both in their families, in their workplaces, with the children who are recalcitrant, and in all the circumstances in which they find themselves, women always stand out as inspirers of hope. This being the Jubilee year declared by Pope Francis, running from 25th of December to the 25th of December 2025, we know that the women have to stand out as beacons of hope. All those who look at the women must have this hope. Women should never despair. In spite of all the difficulties, they are the ones who continue to lead society.
This year's celebration of the Day of Women with the Archbishop saw a plethora of activities, from traditional dances to sporting activities with women aged above 50 years and choral singing. The march past by different church groups, institutions, and sociocultural groups resonated a feeling of nostalgia, adding pomp and pageantry to the event. The different prizes, motorcycles, farm equipment like wheelbarrows, trucks, fertilizer, spray, cutlass, and hose given to the women by the Archbishop is a means of empowering them. The women left satisfied with the celebration.
It's been a whole lot of preparations, online meetings, pre-planning meetings to arrive at this day. And I want to thank God that the weather is bright. We had a successful day. So this day that the Archbishop has initiated, this coming together with the women, is so wonderful. And we applaud it and thank God for him.
With all the women in connection to this, in fact, Women's Day celebrated by the Archbishop, I'm so much impressed to see women of diversity, all Muslim women, Baptist women. I see all types of social groups gathered. In fact, I've never seen. This is my first time of being here. It's good to say the truth. I've seen that if we continue like this, Bamenda will be united. It was so interesting, the games, the sports, and so on. So I don't know, I'm proud to have the God that I said here. I say this Archbishop be blessed in Jesus' name.
The annual commemoration of the Day of the Women with the Archbishop in Bamenda is a pointer of the deep commitment of the Church in honoring, uplifting, and working side by side with the woman.
Thank you, Odette, all the way to Bamenda for the report this evening. Let's leave the confines of the church and talk some other news. This time around, Construction works on the bridge at the entrance at the Moki Garage in Great Support here in Buea is now 100% complete and will be open to the public in the days coming. The mayor of the Buea municipality, David Mafani Namange Esquire, made a revelation to a team of reporters and journalists, assuring them that the population will benefit enormously from this project and it's going to curb traffic that usually happens at the OIC environment there. Let's get details with Hilarion Tukov of our newsroom.
6 months was the time duration prescribed by council authorities for the construction of a bridge at the entrance to Moki Garage Quarter in Great Support, Buea. 6 months and counting, the bridge is ready to be used by the public, especially the inhabitants of this neighborhood. Mayor David Mafani Namange of Buea Municipal Council, in a recent outing, disclosed this information.
Moki Garage Bridge, I would like us, in fact, but of want of time, maybe we would have gone there. It's completed 100%, but you know, for technical reasons, after completion, we need 28 days for it to solidify. So, in the course of this week, the bridge will be open, and it doesn't suffice now. It's twice the size it used to be rather.
With the bridge expected to be open for use in the days ahead, the population of Buea, who have suffered in one way or the other from this developmental project, remain grateful to the council headed by David Mafani Namange. However, their voices are becoming alarming regarding the bridge around Okada Park in Sampi. The bad nature of the bridge speaks negative of the council.
If you cross the other side, you see, bad, really bad. So council the pass where every day can lock people their store, can't see people their store, they see the bridge. This is what you want to go report them. Go for council, go to say no, nothing will happen, something not get bridge. But the bridge is got you want a trap. Mommy pass one day say, yes, but don't fall here. People don't die. They want me to die before they don't say the place here or something.
In echoing gratitude to the population, Mayor David Mafani Namange says work at the Sampit Bridge is underway with the council receiving biddings from contractors.
May I use this as an opportunity to thank the denizens of Buea who have been wonderful in the manner they have cooperated with us despite the headache that the blocking of that area brought to all of us. But you know, you can't make omelets without breaking eggs. Down around the OGC board, there's equally a bridge there, which is a death trap now. And the waterway from the wrestling field, what they formerly call Bakuri Town, going down there, the waterways are bad. So we have projected and we have made the committee for tenders has worked on the files. So in the days ahead, everything will be online and the bidders will be expected to bid online too. Once that is done, we are going to award that contract and that stretch of road will be completely dealt with as per the bridges.
The population of Buea remain hopeful that Mayor David Mafani Namange and his administration will continue in a positive footpath in the future.
Let's bring the news to a close this evening by taking you out of Cameroon beyond our national borders. We make first stop in France, where former French President Nicolas Sarkozy faces charges of passive corruption, illegal campaign financing, concealment of embezzlement of public funds, amongst others, and who possibly could face imprisonment for 7 years with €300 as fines. It is also in Brazil that the leader of that country, Lula da Silva, has criticized America's President Donald Trump for a decision to slap a tariff of 25% on imported vehicles from Brazil. Now, let's get details from our newsroom. We have Eileen Sama, who has been keen on international stories.
A global health organization, Gavi, has warned that 1 million children could die from preventable diseases if the U.S. terminates its financial support. Dr. Sanya Nishtar, head of Gavi, an alliance that buys critical vaccines for developing countries, said that a cut in U.S. funding would have a disastrous impact on global health security. This follows a report in the New York Times that the Trump administration intends to terminate Gavi's funding. Notes that the U.S. US is the alliance's third largest donor. Gavi had not received a termination notice from the US, but it was engaging with the White House and Congress to secure $300 million for its activities in 2025 and longer-term funding. However, the U.S. has pledged $1.6 billion for the 2026-2030 period, about 15% of Gavi's total funding. Since taking office in January 2025, U.S. President Donald Trump has made it clear he wants overseas spending to be closely aligned with his America First approach. Elsewhere, Brazil's President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, currently on a visit to Japan, has frowned at U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to slap a 25% tariff on all imported vehicles. The decision is a blow to Japan, which together with Mexico, South Korea, Germany and Canada, all close allies of Washington, are the biggest suppliers of car products to the United States. The United States imports a lot of Japanese cars and also has a lot of Japanese companies' production sites, according to Brazilian president. He says he does not know what the benefit is of increasing tariffs on cars purchased from Japan by 25%. Trump claims the new tariff will encourage more manufacturing in the United States, but as he expands the globe trade war, the announcement has already hammered stocks and further strained ties with allies. And in France, French prosecutors on Thursday requested a 7-year prison sentence and a €300,000 fine for former President Nicolas Sarkozy in connection with allegations that his 2007 presidential campaign was illegally financed by former Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi's government. The National Financial Prosecutor's Office, known by its French acronym PNF, also called for a 5-year ban on Sarkozy's civic, civil, and family rights, a measure that would bar him from holding elected office or serving in any public judicial role. The case, which opened in January and is expected to conclude on April 10, is considered the most serious of the multiple legal scandals that have clouded Sarkozy's post-presidency. The 70-year-old Sarkozy, who led France from 2007 to 2012, faces charges of passive corruption, illegal campaign financing, concealment of embezzlement of public funds, and criminal association. But the former French president denies any wrongdoing.
Those stories on our international page brings us to the end of Divine Mercy Prime for this Friday. Let's have a quick reminder of the stories that we talked before we take leave of you. You heard in the news this evening that executive members of the Catholic Men Association came around today, a busy day for the local ordinary of Buea, as we welcomes them, as they also came to give continuous support and encouragement to the bishop. Other groups visited the prelate today in order to sympathize with him for the passing of one of his priests, as well as other projects in the diocese. Catholic school teachers of Buea Deanery in the diocese of Buea engaged a one-day recollection for spiritual renewal today. This happened at the Immaculate Conception Parish in Great Support. And also, we took you to the Moki Garage Bridge at Great Support, which will soon be put to use in the days ahead. This will greatly curb traffic at the OIC market. Revelations made by the town mayor David Mafrani Namange Esquire. Thank you a bunch for your time watching GMR TV's Evening Time newscast. Recall that Monday we'll have another edition from 7 p.m. I've been Jude Mbako Monyo. Up next, we have Mountain Echoes on this television. Have a blessed night.